Okay, so this isn't a technical video I'm doing today. I'm not covering any mathematics or any of my courses. I want to have a talk about a few things which I've been covering over the last week or so. And there will be a strange, it might be a strange video. It'd just be interesting to get your take on a few observations that I have had over the last week. Now, firstly, I was looking at changing my writing style. My writing was never very tidy or neat, and I was thinking about changing it and going on to what is called cursive writing. Now, I wanted to do this not really for writing letters and things, because I tend not to do that sort of thing. I use emails like everyone else, but I was thinking about doing it in order to change how my mathematics looks. So just to give you an idea, and I've still to work out whether I'm actually going to do this or not, but to give you an idea, this is how my mathematics generally looks. Okay, hopefully that should have focused on that. Now you can see that I write all of the English actually in capital letters, okay, and then the mathematics is all written in lowercase. So I think this is actually quite good, because it means that the mathematics stands out from the actual words. So whenever I'm reading through what I've written, I can very quickly just go to the mathematics and I can miss out the words if I kind of know exactly what's happening. So this is the way that I've tended to write my mathematics over the last few years. But I decided to try and some recursive of cursive writing. So here's an example, and I started off last week, and this is only maybe about 3 or 4 hours worth of work. Okay, so I got a pen here, and then I just started working through all the different letters. Just a course online on YouTube. Okay, so you get this sort of writing here, and it finished off with generating or writing a few quotes. So for example, there is the kind of writing quotes here. Okay, so this is actually the way that my mother writes, and I've seen a few other people writing in this style. So obviously I'm not particularly adept at it. I've only done maybe about 3 hours worth, but I reckon it would only take another 3 or 4 hours and it would become my normal form of writing. But as I said, I never did it for writing letters. I wanted to write mathematics. So what I've done is I've rewritten this page, or part of it. Okay, so I've rewritten part of this page, but I've rewritten it in the cursive form. So here's my cursive form here. Okay, it's in blue ink here. But you can see here that all of the English is now in this cursive form, and so is the mathematics. And you can see, I think it looks nice. Okay, there's a certain kind of, it looks quite cool, but it's strangely not as legible as the other form. So if I put them up together, okay, and you can see them together, and it would be interesting to see which one do you think actually looks best. Now I actually think it's the one in black that's better than the one in blue. The one in blue, like I said, it looks nice, but I think my mathematics is there to convey knowledge and information. And if you're not used to reading a cursive text, then you're going to struggle a little bit right from the start. Now, I had one other option and it actually looked terrible, and I've got it here, and what I did was I did the cursive writing. Okay, so when it actually came the English words, I wrote it in cursive, and then I did the mathematics just in my normal writing, which I actually think looks terrible. okay? And I've also written some of my language down here. You can see it says, hello, my name is Ross, and I've got it in kind of cursive, and then I've got it changed just down into my normal writing style. So I'm left here in a bit of a quandary, because I think the cursive looks nice, but I'm thinking rather than have the all my mathematics looking really cool and funky, I think it's actually better that it's just written very, very simply and very directly, and it doesn't look as nice, but it conveys the information a lot better. At least I think it conveys the information a lot better. But it's a bit difficult to be objective about it, because I'm used to looking at this writing. And another thing that is a bit strange is that whenever I actually write in cursive, it does look nice, but it doesn't actually hold any of my personality in it. You know, it's very kind of impersonal. And maybe if I write for a little bit longer, I could add in flourishes of my own personality into the writing. But I'm still trying to decide, you know, what to do with it. So any comments or any thoughts would be greatly appreciated. Now, there's two other things I want to have a quick word about. One is that I got myself a fountain pen. Okay, so this is the, I'll try and get it focused. Okay, so this is the fountain pen here, and I think if I can move in a bit, will it focus on it? It's set up in the face focus, okay, so I'll go it next to my face. But that's the fountain pen there anyway. It was quite cheap. I think it was about $20, okay, and if I'm trying to remember the name of it, I'll put the name in the description below. Okay, it's a Chinese pen, but it's the first fountain pen that I have ever used. Literally my entire life, I've never tried a fountain pen, and I really like it. It's made of metal, so there's a bit of weight to it, and whenever the lid is on it, it's got a lovely balance, and it just feels really nice. And also, I'm left-handed, so I have to be careful not to smudge. But I bought this. It was called Parker Q Ink. Okay, so I bought this here, and it dries within literally half a second. So I have not smudged one single piece of writing. So there's an entire page of writing, you know, and there's not really any smudges. There's a couple of bits where it's a deeper colour, but that's because I lent harder on the actual nib. Okay, so it's works actually really well. So I think I'll be sticking to the fountain pen for now. I like the feel of it, and it slows down the way I write my mathematics, which is really nice. So again, I'll leave a link down below. I'm not affiliated, I'm not trying to sell it or anything, but I'll leave a link so you know which pen it is. Now, the very last thing, and it's something that I'm trying not to do, but I can't help myself. I found a beautiful mathematics book. Now that's not it there. That's Graves, Gods and Scholars. Okay, so it's not that one. Here it is over here. It's Infinitesimal Calculus by Lamb. Okay, so this was first published in 1897, and then there was a second publication in 1902. And whenever I opened up this book, I had that nice experience where you've got an inscription in the front. It's just a tiny inscription. You probably can't read it there if it's focused in. It actually says G.S. Webster, the 18th of November 1904. So if you think back to what was happening in 1904, so that was before Einstein had his 1905 paper on special relativity, and you can add in some historical backgrounds from, say, your own country at around about that time, and think back how far back that is. So it's 122 years. Okay, so the book is covering, as it says, infinitesimal calculus. Some of it, the language obviously, is dated, but the thing I like about books, mathematics books from this era, is that a lot of the examples that you find in it, they're not examples that you'll find in many of modern books. Okay, so you get some nice examples there that you just wouldn't have. Also, they tend to describe some things, and they tend to go back to at the basics. They tend to go back to kind of Euclid's elements sort of stuff. You know, they like their kind of these types of drawings here. Okay, and these kind of remind me of Euclid's elements. But the actual content is like, it's actually fantastic because it covers all of the mathematics from the course, pretty much all of the mathematics from the course that I was teaching, and there's obviously a lot more to it than the course I did, because there's 600 pages. But the diagrams here, it's got lovely diagrams, and they're that type where they didn't have an option to generate, you know, really funky diagrams, so they kept everything simple and direct. But it's still, I really like them because they are so simple and they are so direct. Now, it's a fantastic book. I've covered most of the work that's in this book, having a look through it, but I'm interested to see the take on it, like from 1897. It'll be interesting to work through sections of that book. So I'm still working on the course for the CPU4. I know it's been a week or so. The last video I put out was about a week or so ago. I've got the stuff worked out for the mathematics. I've got everything together for it. I just have to put out a couple of videos, but I will soon be having a bit of an annual break as well. And when I get back, it'll be I'll put the videos on before I leave, and also I should have one to put on while I'm away. Okay, so that's all for this video. It'd be interesting to get your take on the cursive writing, and if you let me know which style you prefer. Do you prefer the black style here, which is my normal handwriting, or do you prefer the cursive, or I would just call it funky writing style? So you can let me know in the comments. So that's all for this video. Thank you for listening. I'll get you on the next video. Goodbye.